Imagine waking up one day to find the person you thought you knew inside out was living a double life. What would you do if your picture-perfect marriage was merely a chapter in a larger, hidden story? Today, we delve into a chilling true crime tale where such an incredible reality unfolds. Meet Sarah and Tom. On the surface, they are the embodiment of a happy couple, sharing laughter, dreams, and a life together. But when Sarah accidentally stumbles upon a trail of hidden clues, the image of their perfect life begins to crack. The deeper she digs, the more layers of deceit she uncovers, leading to a discovery that will change everything. What dark secrets lie beneath Tom's charming facade? Join us as we unravel the truth behind this mystery, revealing the unexpected twists and turns of a life built on lies. Stay with us until the end to uncover how Sarah's world was turned upside down and how she confronted the shocking revelations about her husband's double life. Trust me, you won't want to miss this gripping tale of secrets and betrayal. The way Sarah and Tom's paths crossed seemed almost fated. It was a warm summer evening, with hues of orange and pink painting the sky, when they first met at a mutual friend's party. From the very first hello, there was an undeniable connection between them, a spark that effortlessly bridged the gap between strangers. Tom, with his easygoing charm and infectious smile, quickly swept Sarah off her feet. She, in her own right, captivated him with her warmth and intelligence. They were the couple everyone admired, the kind whose love seemed to blossom effortlessly. Over the years, their relationship appeared to grow even stronger. They built a home filled with laughter, shared dreams, and an unspoken promise of forever. Friends would often say they seemed like two halves of the same soul, destined to be together. Both came from loving families, each providing a strong support system that seemed to bless their union with every bit of luck and happiness. Tom's family owned a small yet successful business, instilling in him a sense of discipline and ambition. Meanwhile, Sarah's family, rooted in community service, taught her the importance of compassion and understanding. Together, these values seemed to create the perfect foundation for their life together. Yet beneath this picturesque setting, whispers of tension occasionally lingered in the air, unnoticed by those who only saw their outward happiness. Sarah adored Tom's charisma, but sometimes it felt like a veil, concealing parts of him she could never quite reach. And though Tom loved Sarah's caring nature, there were moments when he felt a pull towards something he couldn't fully explain. Despite these undercurrents, their marriage continued on, with neither willing to acknowledge the shadowed corners of their relationship. Little did Sarah know, the quiet mysteries of their marriage were about to unravel in the most unimaginable way. Her intuition, long silenced by the facade of perfection, was slowly awakening to the secrets waiting just beneath the surface. As they say, not everything is as it seems, and for Sarah, this revelation would soon become her reality. The husband's double life was a tale of deception that would leave anyone speechless. It all began in a quaint town just a few states away, a place where Tom's charm had once again worked its magic, drawing in people effortlessly. It was during one of his so-called business trips that he crossed paths with Emily, a woman who would unknowingly become a part of his tangled web of secrets. They met at a local cafe, a cozy spot where Emily often spent her afternoons reading. Tom, with his friendly demeanor and easygoing conversation, quickly found a way into her world. To Emily, Tom was a traveling consultant with a heart for adventure, always bringing stories of distant places and intriguing experiences. He painted a picture of a man living life to the fullest, someone who was constantly on the move for work, but always cherished his moments with her. Meanwhile, back home, Sarah remained blissfully unaware, believing Tom's constant travel was part of his successful career. Tom had perfected the art of balance, weaving his stories so skillfully that neither woman suspected the truth. He managed to maintain two separate lives, each meticulously crafted to fit his narrative. Tom's ability to compartmentalize was astounding. He kept two phones, each one serving its purpose without ever crossing paths. He had even gone so far as to create different social media profiles, each tailored to the respective realities he had built. For Sarah, weekends were often filled with excuses about extra work obligations, while Emily knew those same weekends as romantic getaways in nearby cities. It was a delicate dance of deception, one that required constant attention and cunning. But despite his efforts to keep everything in order, cracks were slowly beginning to show. There were calls missed here and there, emails left unanswered just a bit too long, and subtle inconsistencies that Sarah had started to notice. Her intuition, once quieted by trust, was now beginning to whisper louder. It was a chilling realization that what seemed like harmless flaws were actually clues leading to a much darker truth. Eventually, Tom's perfect facade would crumble under the weight of his lies, setting off a chain of events that would bring his carefully constructed house of cards crashing down. Stay with us as we continue to unravel the truth behind this mesmerizing and complex tale of secrets and betrayals. The clues and red flags began to surface in the most unsuspecting ways, sowing seeds of doubt in Sarah's mind. It started with the simplest of things, like Tom's travel schedule becoming increasingly erratic. Business trips that were once predictable suddenly became more frequent and lasted longer than ever before. Each time Tom would leave, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. It wasn't just the travel. There were other little oddities that began to gnaw at her intuition. His phone, normally left casually on the kitchen counter, was now guarded closely. Tom had grown protective of his private conversations, often stepping out of the room to take calls or waiting until he was alone to reply to messages. This behavior was unlike him, and Sarah noticed. Then there were the stories. They were still filled with the same exciting details and charming anecdotes, but inconsistencies began to creep in. Dates and places would change, and explanations for forgotten details seemed too rehearsed. When Sarah asked gentle questions about his trips or the people he'd met, she was met with vague responses. The man who once reveled in sharing his daily adventures now offered only the broadest strokes of his life on the road. One particular incident stood out to Sarah, a moment that refused to fade from her memory. Tom had returned from a weekend business trip, distractedly mentioning an amazing little coffee shop he'd stumbled upon. Days later, while cleaning out the car, Sarah found a receipt tucked under the passenger seat. It was from a cafe in the same town, but the date didn't match. The receipt was from the Friday of his supposed departure, suggesting Tom had been there a day earlier than he'd said. It was a small discrepancy, perhaps nothing to worry about, but it left Sarah with a gnawing unease she couldn't ignore. Friends, too, began to notice a change. They would question why Tom seemed more distant or why they hadn't seen him around as much. When Sarah voiced these concerns to Tom, his responses were always nonchalant and well-practiced, dismissing her worries as the pressures of work. Yet her heart whispered another truth. These red flags, though subtle, were the first threads of a fabric of lies that was slowly unraveling. Sarah's world, masked by routine and trust, was on the brink of unveiling a truth far darker than she could have imagined. As she pieced these clues together, the realization that her marriage might not be as blissful as it seemed became harder to ignore. But despite the growing signs, Sarah wanted to believe in Tom and their life together, hoping that the unsettling feelings were just shadows of doubt, soon to be dispelled by the light of the truth. Little did she know, the truth she sought would shatter the very foundation of her existence. This was just the beginning of a journey into the unknown, where each revelation would bring her closer to a reality she was not prepared for. Stay with us as we delve deeper into Sarah's unfolding nightmare, a twisted tale of deception and betrayal that challenges everything she thought she knew. The tipping point arrived on a rainy afternoon that seemed ordinary in every way. Sarah sat by the window, watching raindrops race down the glass, her mind a whirlpool of unease. An incoming call broke her trance, the familiar ring echoing through the quiet room. It was Tom's boss, a man she had spoken to many times and grown to recognize. His voice carried a note of confusion as he casually mentioned rescheduling a meeting Tom was supposed to attend at work, a meeting that, according to Tom, had required him to be out of town. The call ended with a friendly goodbye, but Sarah was left grasping a thread of suspicion that suddenly felt all too real. Her heart raced as she replayed the conversation in her mind, each word echoing with new meaning. This wasn't just another oversight, it was confirmation, a crack in Tom's perfectly crafted story. The weight of uncertainty settled heavily on her shoulders, pushing her to confront the doubts she had buried for too long. Driven by a mix of fear and determination, Sarah decided it was time to uncover the truth once and for all. It was not just her peace of mind at stake, but the very essence of her life, the life she shared with Tom. As she paced the floor, her mind sharpened with each step. This was not the moment for hesitation. It was a time for action. Her fingers hovered over Tom's laptop, the device that held the keys to his secrets. With a deep breath, she opened it, tapping into an unfamiliar world of emails, messages, and connections that had always been hidden in plain sight. The more she read, the clearer the picture became. There were messages to Emily, words of love and promises that mirrored those he shared with her. Sarah's heart ached, reading the exchanges that spoke of weekends away and plans made under false pretenses. This was no longer just suspicion or coincidence. It was the undeniable revelation of betrayal. Each discovery cut deeper, yet with each painful truth, Sarah felt a new strength rising within her. The woman who had once trusted blindly was now driven by a fierce resolve to uncover the entire truth. In that moment, amidst the revelations, Sarah realized this was no longer about just Tom or Emily. It was about reclaiming her life from the tangled web of lies that had ensnared her for so long. Stay with us as Sarah steps further into the shadows of her husband's deceit, exposing secrets that will forever change the narrative of her life. This is not just a story of betrayal, but a journey of resilience where truth becomes the only beacon in a world darkened by lies. The discovery began on a quiet evening, one that seemed destined to change everything. Fueled by a mix of trepidation and resolve, Sarah began to piece together the fragments of her husband's deceit. Her heart pounded as she delved deeper into Tom's digital world, navigating through the tangled web of emails and messages that he had left so casually unprotected. Each click led her further down the rabbit hole, uncovering truths she was not prepared to face. The evidence was there, laid out in front of her, unmistakable and brutal in its clarity. There were pictures of Tom with Emily, a woman who had unknowingly become part of this intricate deception. There were photos of family gatherings, birthdays, and holidays. Happy moments captured forever in time, yet painfully absent of her. This was a life parallel to her own, a vivid reality that proved Tom's betrayal extended far beyond a mere affair. As the truth unfolded, the emotional turmoil engulfed Sarah like a tidal wave. The world spun around her, a dizzying mix of disbelief and heartbreak. With each revelation, the image of the life she thought she knew shattered into irreparable pieces. Her mind raced with questions. Why had Tom chosen this path? How had he managed to hide such a monumental secret? The answers remained elusive, hidden beneath the layers of deception that had obscured her view. In the depths of her despair, anger emerged, a fierce flame that fueled her determination to face the undeniable reality. This was not just about betrayal. It was about the loss of trust, the crumbling of a life meticulously built on lies. Sarah's pain was raw and visceral, yet amidst the chaos, she found an unexpected strength. A resolve to confront Tom, to demand the truth, and to reclaim her life. As she absorbed the magnitude of his deception, she realized this was no longer about hoping for reconciliation. It was about forging a path forward, one where she could rebuild her life on her own terms. In the face of the darkness, Sarah discovered a glimmer of hope, the belief that she could emerge from this betrayal stronger and wiser. Join us as we continue to explore Sarah's journey through the pain and upheaval, a path fraught with challenges yet marked by resilience. This is a story not just of discovery, but of empowerment, where a woman's strength becomes her guiding light through the shadows of betrayal. The confrontation began on a stormy evening, the air heavy with anticipation and the promise of a reckoning. Sarah, armed with the truth she had unearthed, stood at the threshold of a reality she could no longer deny. Her heart ached with a mix of dread and resolve as she waited for Tom to return home. As the door creaked open, Tom entered with his familiar, easygoing smile. But tonight, Sarah saw him through a new lens, one sharpened by betrayal. She took a deep breath, her voice steady as she broke the silence. "We need to talk, Tom," she began, her words laced with an emotion that commanded attention. Tom paused, his smile faltering as he sensed the gravity of the moment. "What's this about?" he asked, his voice tinged with a nervous edge. Sarah met his gaze, her eyes a mix of pain and determination. "I know about Emily, Tom. I know everything," she said, each word echoing with undeniable truth. The room seemed to freeze, the weight of her revelation hanging in the air. Tom's expression shifted from surprise to a desperate attempt at dismissal. "You're mistaken, Sarah. It's not what you think," he stammered, reaching for an explanation that felt hollow even as he spoke. But Sarah, armed with undeniable evidence, remained unmoved. "I've seen the pictures, Tom, the messages. I found the receipts. This is not a misunderstanding," she replied, her voice unwavering despite the storm of emotions within her. Tom's defenses began to crumble, the facade he had meticulously maintained cracking under the pressure of Sarah's unwavering gaze. "I never meant for this to happen," he admitted, words tumbling out in a rush. "It was never supposed to go this far." Yet amid his confession, Sarah felt a surge of anger. "You lied to me for years. You made me believe in a life that never truly existed," she said, her voice rising with the weight of her hurt. Tears brimmed in her eyes, yet her determination only grew stronger. "Why, Tom, why would you do this?" she asked, the question hanging in the air between them. Tom faltered, his ability to explain drowned by the tidal wave of emotions. "I don't know, Sarah. I got lost in it all. I didn't know how to stop," he confessed, his vulnerability laid bare. But Sarah, now standing on the precipice of reclaiming her life, felt a new clarity. "This isn't just about you, Tom. It's about us. Everything we built, everything I believed in, has been shattered," she replied, her voice steady as she released the full weight of her heartache. In the face of the truth, Tom seemed smaller somehow, stripped of the charisma that had once defined him. "I never meant to hurt you, Sarah. I'm sorry," he said, his apology a faint whisper against the roar of their shared reality. But for Sarah, this confrontation was more than an apology could address. It was a pivotal moment of transformation, one where the foundation of lies crumbled to dust, leaving space for new beginnings. Standing before Tom, she realized that her journey had just begun, a path forward that required strength, forgiveness, and the courage to rebuild her life, this time on her own terms. Stay with us as we continue to follow Sarah's journey towards healing and reclaiming her life amidst the ruins of deceit. This is not just a story of confrontation, but one of newfound freedom and resilience. The other family's perspective reveals a side to this story filled with bewilderment and heartache. Emily, known to Tom as more than just a lover, cherished the life they had built, believing it to be genuine and exclusive. To her, Tom was not merely a wandering professional, but a partner, someone who painted visions of a shared future. The revelation that Tom led a double life left Emily in a state of disbelief, her reality unraveling at the seams. She recalled the weekends filled with laughter and whispered promises, moments she thought were shared only between them. It was a betrayal that struck at the core of her heart, turning memories once precious into haunting reminders of deception. For Emily, the truth shattered more than trust. It questioned every decision she had made, every moment she had spent believing in a false narrative. Struggling to come to terms with the lies, Emily replayed their conversations in her mind, searching for signs she had missed, the subtle shifts in his demeanor, the vague excuses that now screamed of untruths. She faced the painful task of unraveling her life from Tom's, forced to confront the hollow foundation upon which their relationship was built. Her world, once painted in vibrant colors of love and commitment, now felt muted, shadowed by the stark contrast of reality. Friends and family in Emily's life, too, wrestled with the truth. They had welcomed Tom with open arms, believing him to be part of their circle, part of their future. The sense of betrayal extended beyond Emily, touching all who had trusted in the man he pretended to be. How could they have been so blind, they wondered, to the duplicity that now lay bare before them? The confusion and emotional upheaval rippled through their lives, leaving questions without easy answers. What drove Tom to create such an elaborate lie? How could love and trust be subverted so seamlessly? These were questions without simple explanations, leaving Emily and her family struggling to understand the man they knew and the truths they now faced. Yet amid the storm of emotions, there emerged a resolve, a shared strength to move forward despite the devastation. Emily, once ensnared in Tom's web of deceit, now found her voice, her story intertwined with Sarah's, yet uniquely her own. The path ahead was uncertain, marked by healing and resilience, For Emily and those around her, reclaiming their lives from the shadows of betrayal became not just a necessity, but a testament to their enduring strength. Stay with us as we continue to uncover the layers of this complex tale, exploring how individuals navigate the tangled threads of love, trust, and deception in their quest for truth and resolution. This is not just a story of heartbreak, but a journey towards understanding and empowerment, where even the deepest wounds have the potential to forge a brighter, more honest future. The legal and moral implications of having a second family are both profound and complex. Legally, individuals like Tom, who engage in such deceit, may face serious consequences. In many jurisdictions, maintaining a second family can lead to criminal charges such as bigamy, which is the act of marrying one person while still legally married to another. This offense can result in significant legal penalties, including fines or imprisonment, depending on the local laws. Beyond the legal realm, there are also potential civil repercussions. For instance, should the deceived spouse choose to pursue divorce, the deception could influence the division of assets or custody arrangements, possibly skewing the outcome in favor of the wronged party. From a moral standpoint, the ramifications extend deeply into personal and societal norms. Trust, a cornerstone of any relationship, is fundamentally breached, leading to profound emotional harm, not just for the spouse, but also for any children involved. These actions ripple outwards, affecting family, friends, and even broader community perceptions. Society often views such deception with disdain, leading to stigma and strained relationships, even after the legal battles have concluded. The psychological toll is immense, as those deceived struggle with feelings of betrayal and mistrust, while the deceiver may grapple with guilt and the impact of their actions on loved ones. In communities, such revelations can lead to a loss of respect and standing, as individuals are judged not only by their actions, but by how they align with societal expectations of honesty and commitment. It's a situation where the moral and ethical breaches can lead to a life of isolation, as neither family nor community fully embraces someone who has lived a lie. As we move forward in exploring this tangled web of deceit, consider the deep-seated impacts of such actions, not only through the lens of law, but also through the eyes of those directly affected. This is not only about legal outcomes, but also about the enduring struggle for redemption and the quest for understanding in a world where trust has been shattered. Stay with us as we delve further into this captivating story, examining the intricate balance between justice and forgiveness, and how those ensnared in deception can find a path to healing and resolution. The impact on both families is profound and multifaceted, leaving emotional scars that run deep. For Sarah and her family, the revelation of Tom's double life shatters the foundation of trust and security they once took for granted. The betrayal feels like a personal attack on their shared history, leaving them to question every interaction and memory. Sarah, once the pillar of strength, now finds herself grappling with a whirlwind of emotions, anger, sadness, disbelief, and loss. As she tries to piece her life back together, the psychological impact weighs heavily on her, seeping into her daily routines and coloring her view of the world. Friends and family rally around her, offering support, yet the loneliness of betrayal is a burden she carries alone. The children, innocent bystanders of this adult deceit, face their own set of challenges. They are thrust into a reality where the person they trusted unconditionally is now a stranger living a lie. Questions of identity and belonging arise as they struggle to comprehend why the father they adored would choose such a path. The emotional toll manifests in their behavior, sometimes resulting in withdrawal, anger, or confusion. Therapy and counseling become crucial as they navigate the tricky waters of understanding and acceptance, striving to maintain a sense of normalcy amid the upheaval. On the other side, Emily and her family are equally devastated. The life Emily thought was real is upended, her dreams of a future with Tom now revealed as illusions. The emotional fallout is overwhelming as she contends with feelings of humiliation, guilt, and heartbreak. Her family, who embraced Tom as one of their own, must come to terms with the idea that they, too, were deceived. The sense of betrayal ripples outward, affecting relationships and trust within the family unit. Emily's journey mirrors Sarah's in many ways, as both women struggle to find closure and reclaim their narratives from the shadows of Tom's lies. As they move forward, both families face the daunting task of redefining their identities in a world forever altered by deceit. It is a journey fraught with challenges, where resilience and strength become crucial allies in the pursuit of healing and reconciliation. The children, caught in the crossfire of adult decisions, offer a poignant reminder of the innocent lives disrupted by deception. Yet even in the midst of such turmoil, there are opportunities for growth and understanding. Through shared experiences and empathy, both families may find common ground, learning to navigate the complexities of forgiveness and acceptance. This story serves as a testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit, a narrative of redemption and empowerment in the face of adversity. Stay with us as we continue to explore the unfolding journey of these families, seeking hope and healing amid the ruins of betrayal. This is not just a tale of heartbreak, but a powerful exploration of resilience and the transformative power of truth. The revelation of Tom's secret life sent shockwaves through the community, a scandal that quickly became the topic of whispered conversations and hushed gatherings. In a neighborhood where everyone knew everyone's business, the news of Tom's deception spread like wildfire, leaving friends and acquaintances reeling from the betrayal. For many, it felt like a breach of the unspoken bond that held their tightly knit community together. Friends who had once admired Sarah and Tom's seemingly perfect relationship found themselves grappling with disbelief and confusion. How could a man they had known, shared meals with, and trusted be living such a duplicitous life? The sense of betrayal was palpable, echoing through the coffee shops and local hangouts where neighbors gathered to discuss the shocking news. Interviews with those closest to the couple painted a picture of varied emotions. Some expressed a deep sense of empathy for Sarah, recalling her kindness and the warmth she brought to every interaction. We always saw them as the ideal couple, one neighbor shared, their voice tinged with regret. It's heartbreaking to think about what she's going through. Yet others admitted to feeling blindsided, reflecting on moments that now seemed like glaring red flags. Looking back, there were signs. A friend confided, shaking their head. But we never imagined it was anything like this. The community, while supportive of Sarah and her family, found themselves divided in their feelings towards Tom. For some, the anger was immediate and intense, their trust shattered by the man they had once considered a friend. Others, however, struggled with conflicting emotions, torn between disbelief and a lingering sense of loyalty to the person they thought they knew. He was always there for us, another friend reflected. It's hard to reconcile that with what he's done. As the story unfolded, community leaders and local support groups stepped forward, offering resources and assistance to those affected by the fallout. The scandal became a catalyst for broader discussions on trust, deceit, and the importance of maintaining open lines of communication within relationships. Workshops and group meetings emerged as a space for collective healing, where shared experiences helped mend the fractures caused by the betrayal. For Sarah, the overwhelming support from her friends and community became a lifeline. Despite the pain and public scrutiny, she found solace in their unwavering presence, their encouragement a beacon of hope amidst the darkness. Together, they rallied around her, creating a network of support that reminded her she was not alone. This scandal, though devastating, also highlighted the resilience and solidarity of a community determined to rise above the shadows of deception. Join us as we continue to explore the impact of this revelation, delving into the ways friends and families navigate the complexities of trust and betrayal in their quest for healing and understanding. This is a story not only of scandal, but of the unyielding bonds that can emerge in the face of adversity, showcasing the power of community in the journey towards redemption and renewal. The story broke like a tidal wave across the evening news, a whirlwind of sensation that quickly spiraled into a full-blown media frenzy. News outlets were captivated by the scandalous tale of a husband leading a double life, and soon Tom and Sarah's private turmoil was thrust into the glaring spotlight of public scrutiny. Headlines screamed of deceit and betrayal, each article more sensational than the last, painting a vivid portrait of a man caught in his own web of lies. For Sarah, the sudden onslaught of attention was overwhelming, the intimate details of her life plastered across television screens and newspapers. The media's relentless pursuit for the next big story meant there was little room for privacy, and her world felt as if it had been turned inside out. Each day brought new revelations as journalists dug deeper into Tom's past, unearthing more layers of his complex web of deceit. Emily too found herself caught in the media storm, her life dissected by strangers eager to uncover every facet of her relationship with Tom. Reporters camped outside her home, cameras flashing at every opportunity, while she struggled to navigate the chaos wrought by the unwanted attention. The narrative spun by the media cast her in a multitude of roles, from a victim to a willing participant, each angle more conflicting than the last. Families of both Sarah and Emily were dragged into the public eye, their lives exposed to scrutiny as reporters sought interviews and insights. Friends and neighbors were approached for comment, their words twisted into sound bites that fueled the ongoing saga. The constant barrage of attention strained relationships, leaving everyone touched by the scandal grappling with the fallout. For Tom, the media's relentless exposure turned his life into a spectacle. His every move was tracked, analyzed, and criticized, leaving him with little room to hide from the consequences of his actions. The story became a cautionary tale of betrayal played out on a public stage, each revelation only serving to heighten the drama. Community leaders, recognizing the damaging effects of the media's intrusion, called for restraint and empathy, urging outlets to consider the human cost of their coverage. Support groups and counseling services offered safe spaces for those affected, advocating for healing over salacious headlines. Yet amid the chaos, the media's involvement also sparked broader discussions on transparency and trust within relationships. Conversations emerged around the pressures of maintaining appearances and the societal expectations that can drive deception. Workshops and forums fostered dialogue, helping individuals and couples explore healthier means of communication and connection. Despite the turmoil, Sarah found unexpected allies within the community, their empathy offering a balm to her wounded spirit. The support she received bolstered her resilience, reminding her that amidst the storm, there were still people who cared deeply for her well-being. This story, sensationalized by the media, ultimately became a catalyst for personal and communal growth, highlighting the strength found in vulnerability and the power of unity in overcoming adversity. As we continue to follow this narrative, reflect on the impact of media exposure on those caught in its glare, and consider how communities can rally together in the aftermath, fostering understanding and forgiveness amid the shadows of betrayal. Exploring the lessons and reflections drawn from this story, we find ourselves faced with potent themes of trust, deception, and the profound consequences of leading a double life. This tale serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of trust, a foundational element that can take years to build yet mere moments to dismantle. For Sarah, trust was once the unwavering bond that connected her to Tom, a belief in the authenticity of their shared life. However, the revelation of Tom's deception shattered that bond, leaving her to navigate the confusing landscape of mistrust and uncertainty. Trust, when broken in such a profound way, reverberates through every aspect of life, affecting not only personal relationships, but also broader social connections. It challenges individuals to find ways to rebuild, to learn to trust again, even when faced with the fear of potential betrayal. Deception, on the other hand, is a double-edged sword. It may provide temporary comfort, masking uncomfortable truths, but ultimately it leads to greater harm and destruction. Tom's choice to live a double life was not just a betrayal of Sarah and Emily. It was a rejection of honesty and integrity. Deception creates a web that entangles not only the deceiver, but also those around them, as they become victims of lies woven to maintain the illusion. The fallout from such deception is far-reaching, impacting individuals on both an emotional and psychological level. Relationships are left to unravel, and trust once extended is not easily regained. The consequences of Tom's actions extended beyond mere personal discomfort, creating ripples that affected families, friends, and even the broader community. This is a cautionary tale of the inevitable collapse that follows when lies are used as the foundation for life. Reflecting on these themes, we are reminded of the importance of honesty and transparency in our own lives. Open communication, as challenging as it may be, is the cornerstone of building healthy, lasting relationships. It fosters understanding and empathy, allowing for genuine connections that withstand the trials of life. Transparency also serves as a safeguard against the allure of deception, reminding us that the truth, no matter how difficult, is always more liberating than the burden of lies. This story prompts us to consider the impact our actions have on others, to recognize that the choices we make, particularly those rooted in deceit, carry consequences that extend beyond ourselves. It is a call to embrace authenticity, to strive for relationships built on trust and respect, and to remember the power of forgiveness in the journey toward healing. As we watch Sarah and Emily find their way through the aftermath of betrayal, let us reflect on our own lives, seeking ways to cultivate trust and openness. This tale, while steeped in heartbreak and deception, ultimately holds a mirror to our own experiences, encouraging us to learn, grow, and embrace the truth in all its forms. Through these reflections, we gain a deeper understanding of the human condition, as well as the strength that comes from confronting the darkness and stepping into the light. Join us next time as we explore more stories that challenge our perceptions and illuminate the complexities of the human experience, where each tale serves as a reminder of the resilience and capacity for transformation within us all. The current status of those involved in this intricate tale of deceit and betrayal reveals a journey marked by resilience and change. Sarah, who once stood on the precipice of despair, has slowly begun to reclaim her life. With each passing day, she has learned to navigate the emotional aftermath of Tom's deception, finding strength in new beginnings. Therapy and the unwavering support of friends and family have been instrumental in her healing process, guiding her as she rebuilds her sense of self-worth. She has taken up new hobbies and pursuits, focusing on personal growth and self-discovery. Her journey is not without challenges, but Sarah has emerged as a beacon of empowerment, determined to craft a future that is hers alone. The road to healing is ongoing, yet with each step forward, she finds solace in the knowledge that she is no longer defined by Tom's actions. For Emily, the fallout from Tom's double life presented a different set of obstacles. Initially engulfed by the devastation of betrayal, she too has found a path toward recovery. Through introspection and support from loved ones, Emily has begun to disentangle her identity from the shadows of her past relationship. She has poured her energy into her career and community work, channeling her experiences into helping others who have faced similar challenges. The process of healing has allowed Emily to foster a renewed sense of purpose, and while the scars remain, they serve as reminders of her resilience and growth. Tom, on the other hand, faces the daunting task of confronting the consequences of his actions. The weight of his decisions has led to a period of introspection and accountability, as he attempts to make amends with both families affected by his deceit. Legal proceedings have required him to address the ramifications of his double life, while personally, he navigates the complex emotions of guilt and remorse. His journey toward redemption is a long one, marked by the need for genuine apologies and meaningful change, yet Tom is committed to righting the wrongs of his past. As for the children caught in the crossfire of adult decisions, they are slowly finding their footing amidst the upheaval. With the aid of counseling and the steadfast love of their families, they are learning to understand and process the complex emotions that have surfaced. Their resilience is a testament to the strength of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, hope and healing are possible. The broader community, once fractured by the revelations, has come together in a spirit of solidarity and support. Workshops and forums foster ongoing dialogue about trust and communication, helping individuals and families nurture stronger relationships. The experience has galvanized a collective commitment to transparency and empathy, creating a foundation for a more connected and understanding community. As we reflect on the journey of those involved, we witness the profound impact of truth and resilience in the aftermath of betrayal. Each person's story is a narrative of transformation, where the shadows of the past have paved the way for a future brimming with potential. Let this tale serve as a reminder that even amidst the darkest moments, there is always the promise of a new dawn. Join us next time as we continue to explore stories that challenge and inspire, delving into the complexities of the human experience through tales of strength, redemption, and the unwavering capacity for change. In summary, the emotional journey of Sarah and Emily serves as a powerful testament to the endurance of the human spirit. Faced with the staggering betrayal of Tom's double life, both women navigated through a maze of heartbreak, confusion, and ultimately, strength. Their stories highlight the profound impact of deception, not just on those immediately involved, but on families and communities as well. The key lessons drawn from this tale are rooted in the importance of honesty and open communication in fostering genuine relationships. We are reminded that trust, while fragile, can be rebuilt, and that even in the darkest times, there is always the potential for growth and healing. As we reflect on the complexities of love, trust, and forgiveness, let us consider this thought-provoking question. In a world where truth can often be obscured, how do we nurture trust and transparency in our relationships to create a foundation grounded in authenticity and mutual respect? Join us in exploring more stories that delve into the depths of the human experience, where each narrative offers insight and inspiration for our own paths. If you found this tale compelling, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on future stories that challenge and illuminate